with Ashley Howard Teaches, and today I will be talking about my 3rd grade homeschool haul. I have so many things to share with you, a whole table full. So I'm so excited, so I'm going to scan over and show you everything in just a minute. But please don't forget, down below I will have everything linked so that you can access that very easily and you can see all those materials. All right, and so don't forget to hang around to the very end because I will be talking about new videos that will be coming out that will help you for this summer and for next year for homeschooling. Okay, so here is our 3rd grade homeschool haul. As you can see, there are a ton of books, a ton of titles, a ton of curriculum. Now, we may not get through all of this, but I will also be adding new books in because I love having living books and classic books and fun books for us to read throughout the year. So I will be adding new titles. So this is some of the fun stuff that we will include for 3rd grade. So now I'm going to go through this and kind of show you individually what we'll be working on. One of my favorite new finds is this Galloping the Globe. Now, I've had this book for years, but I haven't really opened it up. Now, what I love about this is it includes titles for reading, it includes titles for science experiments, really fun things, all included in this. As you go around the globe, you learn new things. And so it's a geography lesson packed with other lessons as well. So I'm going to do a quick flip through for you of this book. It is so good, and I'm so excited to be using it this year. Okay, so here's from Galloping the Globe. So we start with Asia right here. And as we go through, it tells us about Asia. And then we're going to have a map of Asia. We can point out the different things, as well as we have the individual countries. So right here we have China. They get to color it. They get to talk about the language, the capital. I like to cut these out and put them up and string them up so that they can see all the different countries they've talked about. And then as you go through, you can look, there's geography, you get to find different things. You read these different history books. I love this missionary stories series. These are so good. So check any of those out. But they're going to go through and do Hudson Taylor, Eric Liddell, you can do Marco Polo, and it gives you a list, and then great literature that you can go through and read as you go through these. So it has so many great suggestions that you can throw through, and they have activities that you can do, Bible verses that you can go through, and you could really just use this as your curriculum. It is so good. So I just love this book. It's a great add-on. I love going through geography, but also having all these fun resources right at my fingertips. All right, so that is Galloping the Globe. All right, so for math, we're doing Horizons 3. Now, I love this book. We've gone all the way from kindergarten through 3rd grade with Horizons Math. I also, for my other kids, I use teaching textbooks. So I think both are great. They're very different. This one is workbook based and the other one is computer based. But just depending on your child and their learning style, I've chosen this one for my 3rd grader, and my 5th grader, who'll be 5th grade next year, is using teaching textbooks. Do a quick flip through so you can see what this math looks like and see if it's something that you would enjoy as well. All right, so here's where we'll start off with 3rd grade. As you can see, my 3rd grader already kind of started a little bit of this. So they have these fun little activities that you can do, but a lot of harder work as you hit 3rd grade. It really buckles down, but they still make it fun. It's very colorful. That's one of the things I love about this curriculum. And it's very easy to use. They can kind of do it by themselves and ask questions as they go along. I love this. So this is our 3rd grade year, and I wanted to show you there's 2 books. So this is book 1 of math. So in the middle of the year, this is kind of where you will be at. All right, so that is Horizons. It's so good, so well written. I've loved it so far. So I hope you enjoy that as well. Also for math, we'll be using this 100 Days of Time test, multiplication problems. And as I said before, everything is linked down below so you can find that very easily. But I love these because they're fun time tests. They can put how much time it took them. They can put their score. You can put their score. And they can go through these quickly and practice getting their multiplication facts fast. There's also division, addition, and subtraction one of these. So those are really helpful. Sometimes we print out papers and I lose them. And so this one is a book full of them. So I love that it was all organized that way. All right, now for spelling spelling this year for third grade. I kind of had a little fun with this one. I will tell you, I love finding fun workbooks because there's some days where I can't just sit down and do my all about spelling curriculum. That is one thing that we use a ton, and I love that curriculum because it talks about the rules and it goes through it, and I'll show you that in a minute. But on days where I just need my child to do their spelling and we don't have time to sit down together, I found some fun workbooks that I thought you might like as well. All right, so this one I found on Amazon, and this is third grade spelling workbook. It has so many cute, fun activities for them to do as they're learning spelling. So just a lot of puzzles, games. This might also be really good for summertime. So if you have a third grader that's kind of struggling with their spelling, this would be a good one to start with because it's fun. It has fun activities. It makes learning fun, and I love that. Right, so here's all about spelling. This is the third level. Now we've kind of moved forward, so we're on the fourth level this year. So I will show you as we go through. We're talking about silent E, how to spell it. It tells you exactly what to say, and then it tells you exactly what to do. Now the tiles come with a student packet. So I'll show you the fourth grade student packet. This is the fourth level. So it shows you exactly what they have in the student packet. There's little tiles that you can cut up. You can put magnets on. There's stickers. All right, so this is the third level. These are kind of some of the things that you'll be going through, some of the spelling rules that you'll learn. Sorry about that. All right, at the very end, your child should be able to do all these sentences, spell, and do different things like that. So there's all these word analysis, and it's just a great curriculum. So I love this curriculum. I highly suggest it. We've used it every single year. All right, so this is one where you do need the teacher's manual and you do need the student packet. A lot of the things I skipped the teacher's manual on, but this one you have to have both. All right, so if you have any questions like that you want to ask, or anything about homeschooling, drop a comment down below and I would love to help you out. Also, real quick, I wanted to show you the Spelling Success Book. It's another one of those fun little workbooks that they can use whenever you don't have time to do the all about spelling. This is Sylvan Learning, so I got this on Amazon. This one was really good too. So it's just another way for them to practice their spelling and to do it in a fun way. So this one was really thorough and so good, and I really felt like it would help practicing either in the summer or just during the school year when we had extra time. All right, so for history this year, we're going to be using Master Books American History 1. Now, we've gone through all 3 years of history for this, but I'm starting back over at History 1. We will probably be doing CC again this year. So, as we do classical conversations, they're going through American history, and I thought this would be a perfect fit. So, I love these books. These are so good. This history tells it like a story. My kids ask for history more than any other subject that we teach for school. So, I really enjoy these books. So, in the past, we haven't used the student book as much, but I think we probably will next year. It is really good to recap what history we have learned. So I highly suggest you get that as well because that has been really good. As I started using it, I saw its benefits. So I would use that as well. All right, so let's do a quick flip through. This is American History 1. This is the main book. This has all of your history in it. So this is what you will be reading from. So as you look through, you can see it starts from American history at the very beginning. Very colorful, very engaging, and it talks like a story. So it's so good to read. They really enjoy it. And this is the teacher's manual. Now, the teacher manual includes the student worksheets. So you'll go through, it has an answer key. You go through, and so what you're gonna do is you're gonna talk about what you've learned. I wanted to show you this first one because it's so sweet. All right, so as we go through, you get to sketch something. So it has some little art projects in there. Talk about what you learned. There's a lot of writing in this. So if your child does not enjoy writing, this may not be the best one for you. But there's some coloring in here, some art. So this is kind of fun. It has some map adventures. So it's really good for them to engage in history and to learn more about history and kind of go the extra step and make it fun. So I think this is a great book for you as well. All right, so for science this year, we're going to be doing Apologia science. Now, I think we're going to start with astronomy and kind of pick through the things that we love, and we're also going to do anatomy and physiology. Now, that is a big jump to do 2 of these during the year, and that may be too much for us, but we're going to give it a try. These books are great for 1 whole year, but I do want to touch on anatomy and physiology because I have my older daughter doing school with us too, so we're trying to kind of move at a more rapid pace. All right, so they do have a new book out I just saw for astronomy, so it won't look this. This is an older version, and I will be doing the newer version because I find as I get more Apologia books, the newer versions have so many more experiments, and they're more colorful inside, so I really enjoy that they're kind of making those changes. What I love about this science curriculum is that it focuses on the Lord and it leads everything back to God. Same with the history curriculum that I showed you earlier. So that is so beautiful how they connect creation and God, and they combine it all together and just show how great God is through all of this curriculum. So it's wonderful. There's lots of Bible verses to copy in this curriculum. It is so well written. It is so detailed that it's just amazing. So I love this curriculum. We've gone through so many different of them. So comment below if you want to hear my favorite Apologia science curriculum that we've used so far. I would love to tell you about that. So let's do a quick flip through of these. All right, so here's the textbook. We're talking about stars and planets, very detailed, lots of experiments, fun experiments, tells you exactly what you need. So that is so good. Now, I did not know this before, but at the beginning of each chapter, it shows you all the materials that you should buy for that week. So this is a good thing to make a copy of and take to the store with you so that you are prepared for your experiments each week. And it's fun to have them in little baggies so they already have them all ready and you know what you need to use instead of searching around the kitchen for all of your materials. So as you can see, it is very well written, very detailed, and it is a great way to discover astronomy and all of the beautiful things that God has created on Earth and in space. All right, so here is the notebook. Now this is the junior notebook. They also have a regular notebooking journal. This is for a little bit younger, so I like this one. There's copy work for you to copy Bible verses. You write your own mnemonic right here for the planets. There's just so many wonderful things. It's so colorful. They have little books that you can make. I mean, this one knocks it out of the park. This one is so good. All right, so as you can see, lots of different ways that you can apply science on a hands-on level. All right, so here's another fun little addition for your astronomy. It's a little sticker book. This is Usborne. Now, Usborne is not a Christian company, so I just like to preface it with that. I don't know, some of the words in here may talk about evolution. I don't think they do. I haven't seen anything like that, but I'm just always aware when I'm reading Usborne that it's not Christian based. But as you go through, you can put stickers in and you can talk about astronomy, and it's fun because they have little stickers in the back that they get to put in. So I bought the art one too. It was really good. We'll do a whole other video on art curriculum that I've loved. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But this is the astronomy one, the sticker book. These Usborne sticker books are so much fun for the kids. All right, so that is another fun thing to add in. So let's move on to writing and grammar. All right, so for grammar, we're using IEW's Fix-It Grammar. This one is great. It starts out slow, but it helps them to identify different parts of grammar and different parts of speech so that they can go through and they really learn it, especially if they're going to do essentials later for CC, for classical conversations. And this is just a really good starter book. All right, so I will flip through this in just a minute as we go through our different ones. So this is Fix-It Grammar, great for grammar. For our handwriting, I wasn't quite ready to head off to cursive yet, so we use this book. It's T. It's for a reason for handwriting. Now the Level T book does copy work in manuscript and in cursive. So halfway through the year, you switch. So if you're not quite at cursive yet, this one is great for you to kind of start handwriting in manuscript and then to move over to cursive. So I love that they have this transition book. If you're ready to do cursive, I believe Level C is where they start cursive. This one's really sweet. They copy Bible verses, go through and do their letters, and it's always short lessons, so it's really easy and engaging for them. All right, and I'll flip through this one in a second too. Let me show you my next book. All right, so for 3rd grade, we'll be using writing and rhetoric. So we have started this book already last year, and it was so good. They go through different fables. They learn how to summarize. They learn about main ideas. They learn about extending their writing with adjectives and adverbs. Now, when we hit 4th grade, we will switch to IEW, but I love this before we hit IEW. This has been a great book, and I'll flip through this one for you as well. Okay, so here is the writing and rhetoric. This is level 1, the fable book. All right, so let me show you what kind of happens with this book. So what you do is you're gonna read a fable. This one was The Lion and the Mouse, such a sweet story. And then they're gonna ask you questions, talk about the main idea. You're going to answer questions. You're going to learn about adjectives and adverbs and verbs, and you're going to describe things. So it's really great. You're going to dictate kind of what you heard with your own words. You're going to do copy work. So it includes all of those great things. And then you're going to be able to complete sentences by using your own words. It's really fun and engaging and really sweet as well. All right, so as we go through, we read these stories that are very detailed, have a lot of adjectives and adverbs, and they are great examples. And you do some copy work and some writing of your own. So these have been really good books, and I really have enjoyed it so far. And I've heard a lot of people that use writing and rhetoric all the way through and absolutely love it. So that is writing and rhetoric. Let's move to our handwriting. All right, so for handwriting, we're using a reason for handwriting, T with scripture verses and outreach. All right, so here's what we kind of start with. So easy at the very beginning. We're going to do verses that goes by days. So there's 4 different days that you go through. Now, if you wanted to start cursive, maybe on that 5th day, you do a cursive lesson, because as we go through to the very back, it starts cursive. Now, I have some fun cursive books that I wanted to show you too, because sometimes people start cursive really fast and it's hard to learn at the very beginning. And I really believe in teaching cursive, especially now that it seems to be dropping out of so many different schools. All right, so here's a little cursive book. This is just School Zone. This is what I found off Amazon. But I love how you practice the letter over and over and over like this. And then you go through and you practice your next letter. So it gives them a lot of practice as they go through, and then they keep practicing these letters. So some of them kind of rush them, but these are really good for practicing. And so there are a lot of different cursive books. I will link down below all the cursive books that we have used, that we have loved, and so maybe some new ones too. So don't forget to look at the description below and look for those links. So I'll add some other cursive books that I've liked as well. All right, so that is our cursive. Now let me flip through the Fix It Grammar. This is a level 1. So you go through and you check off these. So you read it, then you mark it, then you fix it. So they have different things, like they have an uncapitalized letter. You mark that, and then when you go back and write it, you're gonna capitalize it. You identify nouns, and as you go through, the list gets longer and longer. We know articles now, nouns, who, which clauses. And as you get farther, and then it tells you, it helps you to learn it. What is an adjective? What questions do you need to ask as you go through? And by the end of it, look at these lists that we're going through. Articles, noun, adjectives, prepositional phrases. And at the very end, you're learning even more. So this one is really good. It goes really slow at first, but it builds up. And by the end, they have learned so many different things in grammar. And there's several different levels. So this is one that you can stay with for a long time. All right, so for Bible, we love this Day by Kids Bible. If you've seen any of my videos, I've used this almost every single year. So what's great is we're almost done. We're so close. It's taken us about 2.5 years to finish. It's so good. It also has a little devotional book that you can get, goes along with it, that's by the same company. So let me show you that real quick. All right, so here is the devotional book. So you can kind of follow along with the different weeks, and these have sweet little devotionals that go along with it. Now, I also wanted to show you some of my other devotionals that we have loved so far. So one of them is, these are animal lover devos. So these are devos for kids who love animals, and they go through different Bible stories and talk about animals along the way. So this is a great one, really sweet, really cute. All right, so another book that we have loved and a new company that I absolutely adore is Not Consumed Ministries. Now this one is great because it goes through each different missionary, and it's going to just talk about where they live, where they're from, what language they spoke, and some of the things that they did. And it talks about a character quality. So this one is so good. It's very descriptive, very good, and it goes along great with the great missionary stories, like Hudson Taylor, George Mueller, and all the different great ones that you've heard about. So there's some copy work pages, and it talks about being passionate. It talks about all these different ones. It goes great with those books. So I'll leave those linked down below as well. But this, if you go to their website, they have some amazing resources. We also like to do the siblings Bible study that they have. You can buy one for each of your children. They're a great resource. So you will find things that you absolutely love on that website. So check out Not Consumed Ministries as well. If you're looking for short little devotionals, this one by Billy Graham, it's really cute. It's Hope for Each Day. Has a little Bible verse that it talks about. It's a little devotional that they go through. So this one is really sweet. It's for kids. And then this one also is really good. Devotions Off the Map. So this one is a great one. If you're looking just for a new, different kind of devotional for kids, it asks a lot of questions. It has different prayers that they can pray, and it reads kind of like a story, and it asks them questions along the way about what they would do and how they would have integrity in that situation and how they would love Jesus in that situation. So these are all great resources. All right, so let's move on to some great literature literature books that we're going to kind of go through as we talk about geography in the United States and history in the United States. So that's a big focus for us this year. I will have additional resources listed below, so don't forget to hit that description and don't forget to hit subscribe because I will be adding more new fun activities, and also I will be adding what science book we're going to use to make this summer fun as well, so you won't want to miss any of that. Alright, so this is a fun little book that I found. It's an activity guide. Now, this was given to me for free. They gave out these for free at a convention, but it's all about agriculture. Now, this is something totally different that we haven't done before, but I love this. It has different books from Hank the Cowdog, and they're educational books rather than just their story books. And this kind of goes through and it teaches you some about agriculture and different things with agriculture. So that was really neat, something we hadn't done before. Also, I wanted to show you these titles. So what was the Alamo? So there's all of these what was books, and these are great for learning American history. We go through and we're going to talk, these step into reading books. 4 are great as well, and 3. So this one talks about the story of Harriet Tubman. And we have the Lewis and Clark Adventures and the Trail of Tears. We'll talk about Christopher Columbus. I also included some fun interest books like The Wonder Horse, the true story of the world's smartest horse. We'll do Apples to Oregon because that's a fun book. And we'll also do the 4th of July story. We have great books like George the Drummer Boy, and we'll do Little House on the Prairie as well. So these are some of our books. We have Heidi. We did the classical reading, but the shorter version, The Timeless Story of Childhood. Here's another geography book where you can go through the different states and talk about some interesting finds in them. This one is really fun because this one they can color and make table mats out of, and you can take them out of this book and make removable placemats, so you can find different interesting things about each of these places, and maybe if you travel to them during the summer, you could color the different things that you saw. So these are fun as well to talk about the states. I also found this fun game. This one is by Professor Noggins. It's the geography of the United States. I have some great games for the United States that I would love to tell you about. I will leave some of those linked down below, some really fun games for geography. I also found this cute map, so that one is great to put up as well. Another thing that I liked was this Colonial Kids. So as we talk about the history of the U.S. from the very beginning, this one's an activity guide. So they get to make activities and they get to do different things that they might have done during that time. So you can make a sailing boat. You can find out about different knots. Just fun, different little things that you can do at home. Arts and crafts, different activities as you go through colonial times. I also love the Tuttle Twins. So this one, you learn about the law, and it's written for kids. So they have a whole series on those, so I'll have those listed down below as well. Alright, so one more thing before I go. As a homeschool mom, I love the Bible recap book. This one has been so good. I also have another Bible study that I love, and I will be doing a whole video about Bible studies and books that I love as a homeschool mom. So don't forget to hit that subscribe so you don't miss that as well. But this one is so good to read through the Bible in a year and to go through and listen to her podcast. It is so good and so sweet. Alright, so it's so great to talk to you about 3rd grade curriculum. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit subscribe because we will have so many new videos coming out this summer, and I can't wait to show you that and to hear from you. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.